Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin and its valuations against the US dollar. Things have taken a turn for the worst later on in the day after I recorded my videos, and Bitcoin is now down about 12% against the US dollar, taking the market down with it. Ethereum's down 5% against Bitcoin. Link is down 10% against Bitcoin. Uniswap down 10. Basic attention token down 6% against Bitcoin. Cardano, no one is necessarily safe at this point. And we're basically back at the levels that we were yesterday and the day before, where we opened yesterday at these prices, and yesterday we closed around these prices, and more or less we're within the band. However, it really seems like no end is in sight. We look at the daily RSI; it's at 28. It's pretty abysmal. We haven't been at these levels more or less since last year. Um, when we flip it to the weekly, it's a little bit more concerning, which makes me think like there is a chance that it's not going to be this bad by the end of the week. Again, we have two days and 5 hours left of the day. I mentioned in that video that um, it's going to be a tall ask or a big ask from Bitcoin to rally up another however many percent required it is for it to get back above the 21-week EMA by Sunday. But I would say it's more reasonable to see that maybe in the next few days Bitcoin kind of levels off and rallies just a little bit to get us to the lines that we're looking at. But the line that I was basically looking at was in 2013 when Bitcoin also broke past the 20-week moving average during a bull market. And I'll draw that line here, and that line is at 47.59. Currently, right now, the RSI is at 45.04. If there is a bounce or what have you during the week, then this RSI number will change, and it's dynamically changing at the moment right now. So we can't necessarily say definitively if it has broken this support here. The one that it's currently lining up with would be the one here, more or less speaking, which is this RSI level corresponds to the break of the 20-week moving average that brought in the bear market during 2014, 2015. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that if we break this, then it's over. Hardly not, but this is pretty unprecedented. And when we look at the entire history of Bitcoin, and only when Bitcoin does reach the 30 level on the weekly is when we're in an we're at the bottom of the bear market, right? $3,000 in 2018 corresponded to a 30 on the RSI on the weekly. When we look on the monthly, it's somewhat similar in the sense that on the monthly scale, we don't necessarily um, come down to these levels at around 45, 48, unless we're at the bottom of the bear market. This corresponds to this area here as well as here. Currently on the monthly, we're at 61.30. Now this one does have more leeway in it. There's 10 days left, 10 days and 5 hours left until the end of the month. But currently right now we're down 37.5% on the month of May. And we're dropping fast on the RSI. And so with that said, like where the line is right now doesn't really have any support. But um, regardless, we're dropping down pretty fast, and so it makes me believe that although it's a tall order for Bitcoin to get back above the 21 EMA, it's not totally out of the question that we see some kind of relief from Bitcoin. Now, it might not be in the respects of yesterday where we like rallied 10%, but obviously we need to level off here at some point. Yes, we can just keep on breaking through, and that's entirely possible. But if that continues to do so, then my outlook on Bitcoin gets a little bit more grim. I'm still quite hopeful, To be honest, I still think this is just a retracement during a bull market. However, when you look at the RSI, we're dropping pretty fast. It's pretty insane, and we don't see these levels until we're somewhat breaking. Already broke down the 20 week moving average, and we're going down tens of thousands of dollars, like a lot of money, like that. This area here, right? This area here corresponds to this. It also corresponds to this and essentially this. Like these are not temporary moves from Bitcoin. These moves fundamentally break down and break down the price of Bitcoin from the price point of $20,000 to $3,000. Like this is unprecedented. Um, in regards to Bitcoin's price if it continues to do so, right? If this continues on, then it's pretty unprecedented. Having said that, my guess is that it, this will level off. We will bounce off the RSI at some point as a recovery, and when it does do that, the RSI will look a little bit more favorable. Again, we have 2 days left on the week to see where the RSI lands, and we'll have a better idea on where we land, obviously when it's cemented into the chart. But this is just some short, like this visual speculation on just looking at what the price did is doing now, right? Remember, it was just a few hours ago where Bitcoin was fine. Like we're above $40,000. It was just at 1400 hours, we dropped 7.75% in a single hour. It's pretty amazing if you ask me. But that's where we are. And to be honest, I come you can't expect Bitcoin to pull magic out of a hat, pull a rabbit out of its hat, especially when it's struggling to get back above the 20-week moving average. And I think people are understanding that. People are scared. Obviously, people are scared. I mean, look at the charts. It's everything is down. Celsius is up for some reason. But if this continues to continue, if this continues, then I would expect Celsius to also um, kind of go the other way. But I mean, as of right now, we're at $36,000. We're really dropping like a rock on the RSI. The dominance is shooting up like crazy. We're up 3.66 percentage points now for the week, and we're trending up, up, up. We're now at 44.48% dominance on Bitcoin. Where just last week we were at 39. So we can see that the dominance is rising. We see the effects of what Bitcoin does when it takes control of the market like this, and this is why you should have uh, you know a good chunk of your portfolio in Bitcoin, right? I'm not talking about 5-10%. I'm talking like 30%. It depends on what sizes your altcoin positions are and relative to their portfolio, but Bitcoin should be the biggest slice of your portfolio for moments like this. And you can't really time these things, they just happen. We can do our best to speculate, but there was argument here to say that this would hold. I was one of them. I was wrong, and we broke down. And so now we're trying to scramble and decide on what next course of action for Bitcoin is. For me, I've been doing this move. I've been accumulating Bitcoin for the past month and a half. I'm satisfied with my portfolio now. I have a long position on Bitcoin at around for $38,000. Yeah, something like that. So I am down, but again, it expires in March of next year. So I'm not too concerned about short-term price movements. My idea is that we will, by the time like 10 months down the line, I think we'll be in a more favorable spot than we are now. But it's quite hard to think like that, especially when Bitcoin's pulling this kind of crap on us. And it's tough. It's tough, and it kind of makes you feel helpless on not knowing what to do. And I mean, at this point, I'm not making any trades right now. I need Bitcoin to chill out. We need Bitcoin to kind of level off here, and not just drop like a rock. If it continues to do this, I can't necessarily I don't want to trade during that. I kind of want to see Bitcoin hold some support somewhere, whether that's within this band here, whether that's the 50-week moving average, which is what some people claim is going to be the support that Bitcoin will hold during this time. I mean, we're almost there this week. The 50-week moving average is 27,800. I think a lot of people are claiming $28,000, which would make sense. By next week, the 50-week moving average will be at around 28,000, but um, no one really knows. We know that the 20-week moving average was a support that is relevant during the bull market. However, that broke, and so now we're scrambling, and we won't know until we get a clear indication of what Bitcoin wants to do. Um, and until then, I'm just sitting on the sidelines, accumulating Bitcoin. It's the only thing I'm doing. Again, there Chainlink and Tezos would be next on my list on things to accumulate. For Tezos, the condition is the in this bottom range here, like not at this price at 9600 9700 satoshis. It's more so at this level at 7600 satoshis is kind of like my target to start accumulating again. Chainlink is a different beast. um, I mean, where is it now? uh, there we go. So it's still holding the 20-week moving average, albeit we're down 22% for the week. We'll see if this holds, but if it does break below the 20-week moving average, I will start accumulating. I mean, I'll start accumulating when it's at the 20-week moving average, but I think that would be the first buy, and on the way down, continue to accumulate Chainlink to make it solidify it as my number three coin on my portfolio. But that's pretty much it for today, you guys. Uh, this is some this we're in a sticky situation, and we won't know a clear indication until the dust settles a few weeks down the line. We'll see where Bitcoin looks, because I mean, in a few weeks time, say 2 weeks, we have a candle red, but maybe like a green weekly candle and a red weekly candle, and we're just holding at $36,000. That could paint a picture of Bitcoin holding support there and making its way up. Or could be red candle, red candle, red candle, red candle, um until like wherever the 50-week moving average is, the 100-week moving average, whatever you want to use in terms of support. But I can tell you this: if it goes further down this quickly, week over week, we'll be at the 30 on the RSI on the weekly in no time. Um, I mean, just to just to show what this might look like. I mean, we just take a general trend of the 20-week, and we'll be hitting it by June, like, or sorry, July. So you can understand why this downtrend cannot last forever. The same way I say that bull runs don't last forever, or altcoin seasons don't last forever. This kind of downtrend cannot last forever unless we are going into a bear market. Because again, the only times when we come back down to the 30, into the 30s on the RSI is during a bear market. There's no other thing to talk about here. Every single time it is a bear market, and I wouldn't consider this being a bear market right now. I just don't. But this is where we are. And we'll take it as it comes. I mean, if it is a bear market, it is a bear market. Like, there's nothing we can really do to change that. If that's the case, then my outlook is still accumulating Bitcoin. That is the name of the game. Accumulate more Bitcoin. Especially if it comes down to the 30s, I'll be accumulating Bitcoin as fast as I can. But I'd probably be taking a more cautious approach. I'd probably increase my Bitcoin position from like another 20% in relative to my portfolio, and kind of like make half of my portfolio Bitcoin at that point, if that's the case, and then take it as dead, take it from there. But that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.